Alright guys, let's go milk the Game Awards for views again. You know the stat, 171 million global live streams. Some people are out here saying it's bigger than the Oscars on social media and, I don't know, gaming news outlets. Bigger than the Super Bowl, even some people would say. And yeah, if you just look at the number, it sounds insane, but in the reality, it's not even close. This is PR fluff, guys. This is hype. This is marketing numbers. Please take us seriously, guys. We have a lot of viewers. Meanwhile, they're shoving ads in the middle of their awards show. Alright, sure, because, that's the only reason nobody watches that shit anyway. Let's actually look at what's going on with these viewers. So, who even counts viewers? For something like the Oscars, Grammys, or the Super Bowl, you have auditing agencies like Nielsen. Why? Because advertisers don't want to pay to show their commercials to the same 5 people over and over and over again. If they notice inflated numbers, you know what happens? Lawsuits happens. Great job. I'm proud of you. The Game Awards, no auditors, no edits, no checks. Just straight guesses, alright? Why? Because online viewership is way harder to measure accurately. And the Game Awards, of course, leans into that. Here's the magic trick. How do they count the views? They take every platform you can think of. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok Live, X, Steam, Facebook, Instagram Live, Bilibili, and even Kick, for God's sake. We're counting Kick viewers? They add every single stream together, including co-streams, partial views, repeated views, everything, you know what I'm saying? If you saw it on Twitch, if you're scrolling on TikTok Live for 3 seconds, congratulations, you are a viewer. Watch the co-stream, then you switch to the main broadcast, congratulations, you are 2 viewers now. Basically, everything counts, and it all gets dumped into that 171 million number. And that's why it's so inflated. One person can be counted 10 times. Co-streams multiply everything. Some platforms are notorious for view bots. Bilibili in China, Kick, etc., etc. Or, misleading viewership, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, if you actually look at peak concurrent viewers on major Western platforms, from stream charts, Twitch, YouTube, Steam, and whatnot, it's only around 4.4 million. That's way smaller than that 171 million number. Excuse me. At a generous guess for China and India, I don't know, 10 to 20 million extra. Still not even close to something like the Super Bowl. It's a misleading aggregate. It's technically true. Those streams exist, but it doesn't tell you how many people were actually watching. That's the phrase. It's not like an actual legal phrase, but, it's adding everything together and presented as if it's a real audience metric. It looks huge. It sounds impressive, but it's not actually meaningful. 4 people could watch on 3 devices each, do a co-stream, refresh a bunch of times. Suddenly, poof! Ladies and gentlemen, that's 1 million viewers coming from the same 3 people over and over and over again. Let's compare it to real TV numbers, the Game Awards. 171 million total streams. No audits, they're just platform reported numbers. The Oscars, 18 to 19 million viewers, audited by Nielsen. Real people, hopefully. The Super Bowl, 127.7 million viewers, also audited, most likely real people. And of course, we have to consider that this 171 million number is total streams, while Nielsen considers concurrent broadcasts. So in reality, the Oscars and the Super Bowl have way more average viewers than the Game Awards, at least in the West. Basically, comparing these numbers is like saying your little cousin eating 5 ice creams in a row is bigger than a McDonald's sales day. You know why all of that is nonsense? Because it's apples to oranges. It doesn't make sense. And of course, advertisers aren't stupid. They don't care about that headline 171 million number. They track unique impressions, watch times, engagement metrics. They know this shit's inflated. The Game Awards isn't committing fraud. It's just PR hype. You know, it works. People love huge numbers, but it isn't meaningful if you're trying to measure actual reach. But anyway, yeah, we're just going to do a little quick recap for you guys. These 171 million viewers are unaudited aggregate streams, bots, inflated, co-streams, partial views, anything you could think of. The peak concurrent viewer count in Western audiences were 4.4 million. Yeah. Advertisers know this shit is inflated. It's a misleading aggregate. Comparing it to the Oscars or the Super Bowls is like total nonsense. What I'm trying to say is stats can lie. It's very easy to lie with stats. And if you know how to read the stats or just read the article, then you won't get caught up in the hype. So yeah, whenever someone flexes that 171 million number like it's some kind of badge, you now know the truth. It's a misleading aggregate. Apples to oranges, pure PR, marketing fluff, hype, whatever you want to call it. So if you learned something today, if I fertilized your mind and enriched your brain, drop a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe. There's more where this came from. But anyway, I've been playing some Dota recently. I like my off lane. Just some unrelated shit. I've been playing this Steam game. It's called Football Dynasty College Coach. You guys should like it if you're into like Football Manager and college football type shit. You know what I'm saying? Go Dogs. See you guys next time. Peace.